We're all on fun little road trips for the next couple days.
Weeks,
yeah.
Months.
weeks.
Yeah, it feels like
Maybe a month.
months.
Well, I mean, I'm going to Moorhead
Years.
for youth state. You're going to New Ulm.
New Ulm.
Yeah.
And then all the high school stuff here the next few weeks. It's going to be a
I
lot
went to
of.
Fairmont last year. Where are you putting me this year? Did you decide
Thought
yet?
What level are you doing?
I don't know.
No idea.
Someone put me on the board.
You're
but
going
Are you doing
somewhere.
15
I thought it was
A's?
like Plymouth or something.
You might be 2-man team, and I thought Ben and Andrew were going to do Plymouth.
Oh,
I thought Ben was going to South St. Paul for 15 A's.
anyway.
Anyway, what was
We'll
the
figure
question?
it out after this. We're going on road trips. So what's your favorite way to fuel up, either before or
Ooh.
during?
I have two different answers. So there's
Okay.
the fuel up where I just want to fuel up and it's daytime and I'm going to be out and about and I'm going to go on a 6-hour drive to Warroad or Thief River like today. Or there's I have to stay awake because I got to get home or get somewhere. Which one would you want, the caffeinated or the non-caffeinated?
Why don't you just give me both?
Well, the caffeinated one is I always drink a 16-ounce thing, 20-ounce thing of Mountain Dew if I have to. And that'll
Full
keep,
sugar Mountain Dew.
full sugar Mountain Dew. That's 3.5. That's good for 3.5 hour drive. That'll get me to anywhere. So that's one. What's a snack goes with that? It's usually salt goes with the Mountain Dew. And then for the road trip where I don't use caffeine, it's just about 16 to 20 ounces of water. And I want to make it as long as I possibly can without having to go to the bathroom or anything. So I don't do any fuel. Like today, I will eat beforehand, and then I will just go, and I will try to get as far as I can. See if I can get all 5.5 hours of Thief River on one trip.
It's not going to happen. You're a man of a certain age. You're going to have to pull over.
You're a man of a certain age.
Sure. That's my goal.
It depends on how far I'm going, and it also depends on how much caffeine. It depends on what I'm leaving to. If I'm leaving right away in the morning and I haven't had a coffee, then I'll grab 2 Celsiuses.
That's caffeinated, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the gas station?
My road trips are always caffeinated.
Wow.
Is your coffee stop the gas station? Or do you stop at like a coffee shop?
It depends. If I'm with Laura will not do gas station coffee, so we go to Starbucks before we head up to Jamestown
Such
or to
a
Fargo.
Snob.
For me, I'll drink coffee from anywhere. I'll drink coffee from Holiday. I'll do Speedway. The best gas station coffee is Quick Trip Coffee. That's an easy one. The hazelnut flavored
really
coffee
good.
is super good. And if I'm eating, I'm going to do a Chuck Wagon sandwich. I'm going to do a
You really like those chuck wagons.
I love
I've never
those
heard
Chuck
the word
Wagons.
chuck wagon come out of somebody's mouth more than Peter's.
Chuck wagon,
Disgusting.
Chuck wagon. And then I'll get a square wrap. And they have multiple flavors of square wrap. So I get those 2 sandwiches. And then I also get beef sticks from Heesink Beef Sticks. And then I get these Flamin' Hot Cheetos that
Once
are
you turn 40, dude,
in
you're just gonna have this
asteroid
beer
flavors.
belly.
Asteroid flavor or asteroid shaped Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Except Peter eats like healthy stuff like normally.
He does.
80
feel like
He's either hot or cold. There's no in between.
I feel like
that's
that's
true.
what helps it like balance.
Balances
That's true.
it out.
And once I'm out of the car, I do my best, especially when I'm on the company dime, to eat well. Like when the last time you and I were in Edmonton together, I ate at that steakhouse every night of the week.
So good.
And I had to tell you, this is the only place within walking distance, Tony.
This is
so you're either
I have to.
you're either
That's the
paying
same
for 2
steakhouse.
lifts.
That's the same steakhouse that I want to climb on the bowl. Some one of these days.
You did climb on the
No,
bowl.
I've never climbed on it.
Okay.
Have you ever
It
ridden?
was good. It was really good though.
I don't even stop at gas stations. Wait, I stop at gas stations for gas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you do
Oh, do you really? Good for you. You pack your own.
I go
lunch,
to
don't you?
I go to fast food.
Really?
Yeah,
I really like
I do
getting,
a lot of fast food
I
with
really
Kayla.
like getting like with me specifically.
Yeah.
Well, I really like getting
And
like
I have a fast food
big
story.
Sprites. I
Yeah.
love Sprite. It probably does nothing for me to keep me awake, but I love
There's no caffeine.
Sprite.
It's caffeine free. That's
But there
why.
is sugar.
Yeah. So
If I'm at a
the sugar
McDonald's, then I got to
fuels
get a
me.
Diet Coke at McDonald's.
The
Diet Coke at McDonald's
sharpness-
is life changing.
The sharpness of the Sprite keeps me awake from McDonald's, and then I get like a meal.
I was with Kayla once. I think we went to the Hibbing, Virginia trip, and we got French vanilla iced coffee.
Nice.
And that was a new experience. And I thought that was the best. It tasted good. I
At
was
McDonald's.
Like, yeah, McDonald's.
I had never had. Well, first of all, we tried to go to Starbucks.
Oh,
and
yes. It was 20-minute wait.
horrible. There were like 20 people in there.
We got to get out of here.
And we went to McDonald's. They had iced coffee there. And it was really good.
McDonald's coffee is actually pretty good.
It was like
wasn't that bad.
cheap, too.
And it was really good. So I really enjoyed it. I went back to McDonald's like 2 weeks later. I'm like, I'm going to try that again. And it had so much sugar in it. It was like 3 times the amount of vanilla as the way it had on that trip. I'm like, so I'm not sure that you can depend on McDonald's as much as you can.
Oh,
they only have like 2 options, too.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Get a plain black coffee or...
But you're relying on the McDonald's employee,
Correct.
so it's always going to taste different.
I know.
True. But Dairy Queen's employees know how to make the Blizzard taste the same every time I go.
You need to stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat. You need to stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat. Cause it get cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Need to stay up out the streets.
Welcome to 10 Minutes. I'm Tony Scott. Got my cohorts here, Peter and Kayla. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Wow.
I'm tired.
I feel like a school teacher
Isn't
right now.
cohort
How are
mean
you
that you're
doing
like
today?
the same age as them?
No.
I think you're like peers.
Doesn't?
We're peers on this show.
Oh, okay.
Colleagues.
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 Yes, I like that word.
I'm tired.
You're tired. Well, yeah, you were in
tired.
St. Peter last night.
I got home around midnight.
Yeah, because the game starts at 7:30. That's the X factor of Lund Arena.
That's the Owatonna game starts at 2:30 or 2:30, 7:30 too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're in for.
And there's
Lund.
always a chance that there's overtime.
Yeah.
So you're kinda like, oh, yeah.
Peter texted me and was like, "If this game goes into
2-2, going into the third.
We might go 0 for 2 on the hog pile videos because in overtime, how do you
can't.
How do you even
Yeah.
know?
What you do is you just go to center ice, shoot it, and then.
That was my plan, was to climb up into the bleachers and
Yep.
try to get both nets, but
Yep.
Marshall pulled away, so we didn't have to deal with that.
So a lot of fun hockey upon us now. We have, we just got done with the Squirtacular a couple weeks ago, and there's always that little break, that little, take a little break, 10-day break, and now it's playoffs just coming at us everywhere. So we have, in youth, we have up north and District 12, District 9. Some of these, District 11 will finish up, District 16. Some of these outer state districts will actually take their regional bids this weekend.
Did you say outstate?
I did not.
Say outstate?
It's not an argument I'm getting into. And then we have Fargo's coming up for Squirts. We should start there. But before we do that, I want to just talk about our sponsor, APX Hockey. They have been the sponsor of our top 10s. Prior to this, it was Map South Hockey. We did not do top 10s this week. We had a lot going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I know that we have our final rankings coming up next week. You've already unleashed the girls' top 10, which is coming to play right now through section play. Next week, we'll have our boys' final ranking. We'll have our girls' final ranking. We'll have all the rankings, including the Squirt A's and Squirt B's and 10A's and 10B's for the season. So, sorry, hockey fans, if we didn't get those out to you, I apologize. APX Hockey, formerly known as Map South Hockey, has a lot of great things they're rolling out here in the next 6 months. Keep an eye out for all those announcements. You can find them on APX, and you can find them at YHH as well. Still the same great stuff. Phenomenal training programs over there. Phenomenal teachers, both men and women, teaching your kids. It's an off-season program that's second to none. Thanks to APX for helping us bring today's programming.
And the website is apx-hockey.com. apx-hockey.com. Really nice rebrand.
Yes, it is.
On the website.
I love the little
Look at this dramatic
badge logo.
lighting.
The badge logo is really sweet.
That's a YHH photo right there.
Yes,
that's another one.
That's good. That's what it should be. It's called a partnership, and we've been together since 2016. We're coming up on 10 years.
This is the longest relationship of my life.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I didn't start dating Laura until...
You've been dating Map South longer than Laura.
20.
I like that. It's got a good ring to it.
28.
I've been dating or married to my wife for 35 years. Longer
That's
than
incredible.
you've been alive.
That's incredible.
Yes.
It is longer than I've been alive. Thank God.
Wait, when were you born? When were you born?
91.
Oh, yes, much longer.
I'm 33.
I met my wife in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Back when things were good.
New Year's Eve, 1989. New Year's Eve, at the last day of the 80s, I met my wife.
Something else crazy happened on New Year's Eve 1989, didn't it?
I don't know. I met my wife.
Research department, get
Okay.
on that.
All right. All right. Let's knock out some Fargo pairings.
Let's do it. I got
you
the
got
brackets.
them all. I can't wait to hear.
I have the brackets
I don't
pulled
know.
up here.
This is going to be news to me.
I'm
Just
mildly
where is
confused
Woodbury
at the format.
Woodbury Royal? That's all I care about because they are the number one team in the States.
So Woodbury Royal, I'm scrolling.
They got to be like the top
scrolling.
seed. If they're not, they just didn't do their homework.
See, they don't put seed numbers,
I know they don't, but
so you can't tell who the top seed is. But Woodbury Royal is
who
going to
would
play
they
Northfield.
Who would they play in the final? Do you know who they would play in the Sweet 16 after they've won their first two games? Can you figure that out?
It says winner to 1K.
So are they 1A or what are they?
They would play 1L.
Okay, so let's find out who 1L is. That's the 16 seed in my
The
opinion.
winner to 1L.
So they would be. So who is?
So the teams that have a chance to be 1L are Thief River Falls, Rosemount, Highland Hills, Colorado, and Cottage Grove.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
They're 16. That's a 1 and a 16. Who's on the other side of the bracket? Do you know who that is? So if the K and the L's are on one side, it'd be the others would be the top. Give me the top seed for the other side of the bracket.
What other side?
Well, K and L would be on one side of the 16s, and then who's the other team in the top of the other side of the bracket? Is that hard? It's not that hard.
Well, one says winner to 1. Like, are you asking for 1M?
Oh, hang on. You go all the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
And you go, no. Yeah, you got to get to the 16. That's the 16s. This is your first kick at the can, isn't it? I've been going at the system for
really dislike the way this
You got to find the. I know. It's
this
not
is
easy.
confusing. I like it. Yeah. Do you just want me to give you? I'm just going to give you every.
I told you to
bracket,
get me
dude.
the pairings. That's what I told you.
What pairing? But there's no pairing.
There's a Sweet
though.
16 one where they will take. Everyone goes to a Sweet 16 out of the 64.
That's great. That bracket.
There's
Are
a
you
tab.
talking
There should be a tab on there?
Is it called bracket number 1?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is it called bracket number 2? Or is it bracket number 3 diamond? Or is it bracket number 3 emerald?
I think it's try bracket 1. This is great radio.
1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, E, F, G, H, I, J,
who
K,
is
L,
1A?
M, N, O,
Just tell me
P.
who
Shout
1A.
out Sesame Street.
Tell me who 1A is because that's the 2 seed. Because Woodbury's and the KL, they're the second part of that. So tell me who 1A
if
is.
one of these teams won their first 2 games, they would be 1A. Bismarck
Yes.
Red, Duluth, Panther Drilling Wings from Saskatchewan,
Yeah.
and Egan.
That's Duluth is the top seed there.
Okay.
Give me the 1B.
1B. We could have eliminated 2.5 minutes of nothing if you would
Fine.
just let me go with what I wanted to do.
Okay, go ahead.
Hastings, Moorhead, Littleton, and Cloquet, Esco, Carleton.
Jeez, I don't know who the best team in that one is. Do you?
No.
Okay.
I can't even read the bracket.
Okay, keep going.
The winner to 1C, so the C pool, Orono, Marshall, Edina Green, and Blaine.
Orono.
Okay. The winner to 1D, Fargo Freeze, Black, Matamidi, Chaskatchan, and Chisago
Chaskatchan.
Lakes.
Chaskatchan.
Not Chisago Lakes.
No.
1E, Mankato Gold, Roseville, Grand Forks Red, and STMA.
Roseville.
Okay. 1F, Bloomington Jefferson, Centennial, the Vegas Junior Golden Knights, and Fargo Freeze Blue.
Give it to me again because Vegas is really good.
Bloomington Jefferson,
Yep.
Centennial,
Yep.
Vegas.
Vegas.
Okay. Winner to 1G, Hermantown, Warroad, Colorado Rampage, and Eden Prairie.
Hermantown.
Okay. 1H, White Bear Lake, Brainerd, Rochester Black, and Minnetonka.
Minnetonka.
Alrighty.
Where's
Winner to
H? H is on the bottom side of that bracket, aren't they? I think they are. So they're
H.
gonna have to play the Squirtacular Championship will be in the semis if they win out.
Well, good. We want to see a different matchup.
Yeah, we do.
You want to keep going here?
Yeah.
One Eye.
Yep.
One Eye. Grand Forks Blue, Alexandria, Grand Rapids, and OMG White.
OMG. Ooh, I don't know that one.
That's a tough one.
I don't know that one.
Winner to 1J, West Fargo Blue, Rogers, the Alaska Oilers, and Delano.
Wow. Okay. I don't know who's in that one. I don't know. There's not a top-ranked team in that out of those four.
You just say Alaska Oilers.
Sure.
They might show up with some kid who's 7 feet tall.
Yes.
Winner to 1K, Woodbury Royal.
Woodbury
Northfield,
Royal,
Colorado
just move on.
Extreme, and
Give me the
Andover.
L's. Who's the L?
1L. Thief River Falls, Rosemount, Highland Hills, and Cottage Grove.
Cottage Grove.
Winner to 1M, Owatonna, Edina White, Roseau, and Stillwater.
Edina White.
1N, Woodbury Black, Sauk Rapids, Wayzata, and Omaha Black.
One more time. Read that one again.
Woodbury Black, Sauk
Woodbury
Rapids,
Black. Woodbury
Wayzata, and
so
Omaha
Woodbury
Black.
and Woodbury Royal are on the same side of the pool.
Sure.
This makes no sense.
1-0, Forest Lake, East Grand Forks, West Fargo
East
White,
Grand
and
Forks.
Prior Lake.
East Grand Forks.
1P, Fergus Falls, Lakeville North, Mound West Tonka, and the Carolina Junior Hurricanes.
Do that one again. What's that? Read that one again.
Fergus Falls, Lakeville North, Mound West Tonka, Carolina Junior
Lakeville North.
Hurricanes.
Lakeville North.
Not the Junior Hurricanes.
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I'm going to make a bold statement here.
Okay.
Woodbury Royal's going to win this tournament, and they could be the first team
ever.
Not first team ever to go undefeated in the YHH era. And there will be some people in Osseo Maple Grove who will take exception to that. But they went 54 0-1. They had a tie, but won in a shootout in their final game of the season. It was the Kukkonen, Faber, Janicki crew. They did not lose the entire season. They won every tournament. They won Fargo. They won White Bear. They won Squirtacular. They won Eden Prairie. They won every tournament all the way through.
You know what I think people
this Woodbury Blue team could go having no blemishes on their record the entire year.
You know what I think would be kind of a fun episode is if we looked at the most dominant groups.
Right.
Squirts to high school, because we were talking with Player of the Year finalist Mackenzie Jones about her group at Andover, and she said that one of the dads went through every year that the team had been together, and they'd lost like 8 times.
Going
from 10 U's to like seniors in high school.
Yeah, it's more than that, but it's...
Well, now it is because they lost 7 times this year,
Yeah.
but we were talking about how...
They lost more this year than they did probably the previous 7
7 years.
Yeah, I would believe that.
That's insane. Sure. I only played on crappy teams.
I know.
I have no idea what that feels like.
Teams. I know that. I know what you're feeling.
I have no idea what that feels like.
All right, well, who do you have? Are you going to pick anyone different? Going to go maybe Chaska Chan? I like that choice.
I think Woodbury Royal showed enough. I think Woodbury Black is another team to keep an eye on.
I've been saying it. I've seen them play like 5 or 6 times. I still think the Woodbury Black team is better than the Royal team.
But you just said Royal could end up going.
Yeah, I just said they could. It'd be interesting to see, but they have a 6-game run ahead of them up in Fargo next week. That's a tough road. That's a much tougher tournament than the Squirtacular. And here's why. Everybody's sleeping in a hotel. We're only like a third of the teams are sleeping in a hotel.
That could be a good thing for some teams.
I don't know. It's tougher. It's really tough to kind of keep it all together.
Okay. I just checked out my hockey rankings. I was trying to find some of these out-of-state teams, but it's really hard to pin down.
It is.
Who's going to be good and who's not.
All right, before our next segment, I want to give a shout-out to Breakaway Academy.
The Golden Shovel.
Here's a good one for you, Peter. You're going to like this one. So Breakaway had an awards award giveaways this week. Of course it's not. Oh, here it is. Character awards. Ready for this? I love reading these. Respect award goes to Eli Benson and Tyler Bull. Responsibility goes to Connor Leeser and Allie Callanan. We know Allie pretty well. Healthy habits goes to Will Sorensen and Blake Lancette. We know Blake very well. Determination goes to Mason Thang and Will Stinson. No surprise there. Oh, here's one. kindness goes to Channing Kraft and Violet Huddy. I know Violet pretty well. She plays for Buffalo. Optimism goes to Nash McLean and Emerson Kuglin. Congratulations to them for having optimism in their heart. That's fantastic. Leadership goes to Kate Madano. That's pretty cool. Must be Mike Madano's daughter.
Nah, there's a bunch of Madanos.
Blake Nerhus. And then the perseverance goes to Nina Strokirch and Axel Berglund.
I'm hearing a lot of Wyzettas here.
Yeah, Wyzetta's Edina. Strokirch is from Edina. Competitiveness goes to Gio Giannetti. I think that's, and Matt Scott.
Okay.
Gio's from Chaskatchan. Matt's from, he's from Eden Prairie, but he's on that.
Which Matt Scott? Because there's two Matt Scotts.
Oh, this would be the Matt Scott
Scotts
from Eden Prairie, I think.
Okay, because there's one from Eden Prairie and there's one from Shakopee.
All right. Sportsmanship goes to Piper Puhl, P-U-H-L, or Pull, and Ella Olson. We know Ella. She's was one of our top campers last year at the Gopher Camp.
Yeah.
Hard work goes to Ada Simons and Cam Rotunda. Confidence goes to Ryder Pagel and Charlie Johnson. Integrity goes to Dylan Christian and Blake Wilder. And growth mindset goes to Tristan. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. Trojanovsky and Nick Rupert. Nick Rupert's mom, Andrea, works with my wife, Debbie. And Nick is really a good kid.
And Trojanovsky plays for Wyzetta.
Really?
Yeah.
This is nice. Well, what a great name if you're from Wyzetta. Trojanovsky.
Played at the Squirtacular just a week ago.
Love it. Love it. Congratulations to all of them, and thanks to Breakaway for bringing us all of today's programming.
Fabulous.
Let's talk about a ref segment, Peter. You could talk about the two 13-year-old boys who got tackled
They did not get tackled.
Seattle, Washington. I would call it tackled.
They were knocked.
They were knocked to the ground.
They were shoved to the ground during a 12U House League game.
It's fantastic. Good stuff.
I don't know how this happens. I don't know what possesses a grown-up. And these kids were 13 and 14?
Yeah, the two refs were.
We'll see if they ever ref again. According to Jeff Merrick's The Sheet, one of the kids is confirmed physically okay, but he made the point in one of his episodes, physically okay, but
how about emotionally?
Scarred for life.
You literally don't turn your back when you're on the ice.
I don't turn your back when you're on the ice. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, I mean, you've banned that person from the rink. Yeah, I don't know for how long, but that's criminal assault.
On the ice.
If you did that at a bar, you would be arrested.
Yes.
So I don't know what gives you the right to go out on the ice.
I read the.
I'm not a fan of adults on the ice in general.
Neither
for
am I.
Injuries or for any reason. Not a huge fan. I understand why they do it, but I'm not a fan of coaches going out onto the ice. It just it offers a chance for you to make it about you. Don't do that.
Peter, that's a great segue into my ref segment because I had that happen to me within the last 2 weeks. I was officiating a game, and a player was injured, and it was on a hit. I've seen the video now 5 or 6 different times, and it was really hard to pick up. I'm looking. I couldn't even see it on the video. The first time I saw it, I'm like, well, where was the kid who got hurt? Oh, I watched it again and then saw it the second time. So it was a really tricky thing to see. It looked like from my angle they got tangled up in front of the net, and there wasn't a push. And you can see why I couldn't see it because from the angle. But one of the coaches came onto the ice, and what do coaches do, Peter, when they come onto the ice after when a player of theirs injured and no penalty has been called? What do the coaches do?
Very quietly check on the player and then go back to the bench. No.
No, what do they really do?
No, they find some reason to take a detour over the officials. They veer.
The old veering. They veer towards the referee. And the referee, myself, and my partner were tending to the injured player. And this guy, you could just tell by his demeanor, he was coming after us. He was storming on the ice, and he was going to take a shot at me or my partner or whatever. And I just don't take kindly to that. Like the primary purpose, the only purpose, not the primary, there's no secondary. The only purpose is for you to make sure that this kid's okay and help him off the ice. And if your purpose was to yell at me or my partner or us as a team, That's wrong. That's a penalty, in my opinion.
If you want to discuss the play, get back into your box.
Your bench, and I will talk to you then.
And they'll talk to you. Don't do it on the ice.
Don't
be on the ice ever.
Agreed. That's my Boom Roasted Thorn, kind of a preview of it, because I didn't have one, but I knew that was coming up in my ref set.
Because I've only got roses for the end of
I have a great rose for this one.
North-South Challenge. You want to run through some of that?
You got to go through some of those,
We glossed through it, glossed on it, glossed over it. During the Monday morning commute, we hit a couple of the highlights. Moorhead Bantam AA-A's 8-2 over Warroad in the championship. I guess you call it a championship.
That was basically a pairing of what the likely champions of Bantam AA and Bantam A this year. They're prohibitive favorites in both levels.
Out of the 4 Bantam AA teams, Moorhead went 4-0, Minnetonka went 2-2, Warroad went 2-2, and East Grand Forks went 0-4. Pee Wee AA's, there were 5 Pee Wee AA teams. Minnetonka goes undefeated, 5-0. East Grand Forks, Edina, and Moorhead all went 2-3, and Woodbury apparently went 1-3.
Wow. Well, they went 1-3 against 4 of the top 7 teams in the state.
Yeah,
and I know they're mad.
I just didn't expect them to
I know they
go
are not
1-3.
happy with that performance.
Losing 7-2 against Moorhead, that surprises me just a little bit.
You got to come to play. You got to lace them up every game.
Yep. Squirts. We're going back. I'm going back through 7 pieces of game sheet here.
Correct.
Squirts, 4 Squirt teams, 2 Edina teams.
East Side had the better half than that.
East Grand Forks and Woodbury each went 3-1, and then Edina White went 1-2, and Edina Green went 0-3. Excuse me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The leading scorers for the tournament: McCoy Stouse.
He's a
from
baller.
The East Grand Forks Squirt
He
A's.
played in the Brick last year. He's a very good player.
Yep, he had 22 points in 4 games, and then a pair of Minnetonka skippers, Colton Nash, Donovan Klin. Nash had 21 points in 5 games, and Klin 17 points in 5 games, and Lincoln Reeser, who I believe is another squirt from East Grand Forks, had 17 points, so he tied with Donovan Klin.
What would it feel like, Peter, if you could just go back in time and you could get 20 points every weekend you played? Wouldn't that feel good? I would be the nicest kid in the world.
I really don't know. I think at that
Colton Nash is a nice kid, but
he is a nice kid, and this
what
might be reading
a crazy year this kid's having.
This might be reading too far into it, but I feel like at that age to do it every weekend sets this ridiculous expectation of yourself.
I agree.
So, and Colton is a very measured young man.
Yes.
I don't think he's going to lose his mind over this, but you see kids who produce every weekend. I'm like, what happens the one time that you just
right? Well, he's had a fantastic season. I mean, he's going to, depending on how many games he plays, he's going to definitely go over 100 or 200 points this year. I don't know how many games they play, but he's
I think in games
on a
tracked,
really nice clip. And the thing is, they don't play bad teams.
No.
He's doing this against the top 5 teams in the state every weekend.
Yeah.
That's the most impressive part about it.
I'm going to pull up his game sheet profile here.
Oh, my Lord.
I think it's
how many games can you get out of that profile? That would be something else. Did you find it? Or?
No, the link is broken on this one. So 21 points in the North-South Challenge. I think he's over 100 in games tracked by game sheet.
Oh, at least. So, all right. Well, This segment is brought to you by General Sports. General Sports is launching its new goalie performance lab, and I have had 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 different goalies who watched the segment last week with Adam Carlson reach out and said, I want to meet Adam. We want to get fitted goalie pads. Well,
nice.
On February 19th is when they launched the goalie performance lab at General Sports. They are very, very excited about how they're going to unleash this thing and how much better equipment goalies are going to get throughout the state. So check out their performance lab. We will have a big, huge announcement on the 19th, how they can get in touch with people at General Sports.
My stick is awesome, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
It's fantastic. You can whip that puck with no effort.
Well, I took great joy in finding that stick for you, and I took great joy in buying you your stick and making you happy.
Here I am, I'm just trying to help out a sponsor, and there you go.
There you go.
There you go, just bringing up that you bought the stick.
Well, I'm happy I bought it for you. I like buying people things.
I'm going to break it now. Did you get the warranty?
No.
Oh, no. You didn't get the warranty.
You're not going to break it in 30 days?
I hope not.
You'll be fine.
I play with some hacks, man.
You're not going to break in 30 days.
Play with some hacks. Should we do a little?
You cut your stick though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to break it.
I have to.
I know. I figured you did, but you're not going to break it once it's cut like that.
I'm not tall like you and
Right.
Kayla.
So you're
I'm
not gonna
5'9".
You're not going to get the flex. You're not going to get the same flex.
It's the whippiest stick I've ever used.
I know.
Because it's a 70 flex.
Right.
But I cut it down to about a 75.
Correct.
And it's hard to wrangle a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hard to wrangle.
So here we go. Wiz Wyatt Sue Ring-Jarvi, we've been tweeting this out, but if you've missed the tweets and you want to nominate a player for the Wiz Wyatt Award or the Sue Ring-Jarvi Award, just send me an email at youthhockeyhub@gmail.com. I'll send you the link where you can fill out a nomination form. I was thinking about this today. I wonder if I can name all of the winners.
You want to start with the Wiz Wyatt or Sue
I could
Ring-Jarvi?
try. I'm going to give it a shot. But before we do, send me an email, youthhockeyhub@gmail.com, if you want me to send you a link to the application. For the Pee-wees, we want to find multi-sport athletes. So kids with that are playing multiple team sports. So they got to play hockey or baseball or soccer or football or lacrosse. They need to play a team sport. No offense to golf or tennis or any of those individual sports. I want them to be playing committed to another team in order to win this award. So you got to be on a team sport. I want to see good grades, minimum of a 3.5 GPA or higher, and I want them to be a leader, someone that's well respected on their team. This would fit out all of the characteristics of Wiz Wyatt himself, who was my Pee-wee coach. That's why we have it as a Pee-wee Award. And Wiz was a great guy. Played at Harvard, was all conference, all state in all three sports. He was Joe Mauer before Joe Mauer. And he had a great career at Harvard as a hockey player. And these are the types of young men we want to distinguish each year. And I'm going to try to do this, Peter.
You're going to try to do this. Wiz is a very charming human being.
Yeah. Yeah,
when he talks to you, it's like you're the only one.
Only one in the
world.
room. He's got that ability, that's
Really?
for sure.
Let's go all the way back to 2013. And this is back when you used to pick a squirt and a Pee-wee.
We're not going to do the squirt winners. We could. I did use a squirt winner picture for Brock Faber, who won it in 14. But actually, Jack Olson was our first winner, and he is the only winner who did not play Division I hockey. He did play D3 at St. John's. Marcus's dad, great family, great people, great winner, fantastic young man. He was the same age as my son Jake, and he was fun to watch. I coached against him in baseball. I saw him play hockey. He was a great hockey player at the time, and he could play forward. He could play D. He was a great young man. So that's Jack Olson's 2013.
2014.
Ben Brinkman would be 2014.
2015.
2015 would be Matt Gleason, right?
Yep. 2016.
Kukkonen, Kyle Kukkonen.
And now we're down to the single winners. 2017.
Brody Lamb.
2018.
Zam Plant.
2019.
Oof, 2019. This is getting tricky. It's weird. The closer they get, I'm having a harder time. 2019 would be, Drew Stewart from Minnetonka.
2020.
2020 would be this year. Would be a senior in high school this year, correct?
Sure.
Is he? I don't know. You don't know? You don't know?
It's tough because he's not playing high school hockey.
Yeah, okay. Jeez. 2020.
I can't just pull up the roster.
Andrew O'Neill.
Yes.
From Fargo. And 2021 would be JJ Francisco.
Yes.
2022 would be, was there two winners in 2022?
Nope.
Dang it.
There's never been co-winners.
Yes, there have. Fitzhenry and
Not according
Sammy
to this
Nelson.
list.
Fitzhenry and Sammy Nelson.
They're just listed in different lines.
Yeah, right.
Fitzhenry and Nelson.
And that's a pretty good choice, don't you think, for those two? They're doing pretty well. And then 23 would be Landon Samper, and 24 would be Tristan Will.
Yep.
I got them all.
I'm going to let you celebrate by yourself on that island over there.
All right, here on my island. I got them all.
We've got 5. No, we have
5 Sue Ring-Jarvi winners. Ooh.
Oh, no, we have more.
5. Well, the first one was Josie St.
Hold
Martin.
on.
What year was that? 2019?
19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, and then 24.
And then 2020 would have been Whitney Horton.
Yep.
2021 would have been Christensen. I'm totally drawing on makeup. What's her first name?
Hannah
Christensen. Sorry.
22.
22 would have been, is it Tallahanson?
No.
No, dang it.
Nope.
She was 23.
This player had to win one of our youth awards as a 12A because she's been playing high school hockey ever since.
Totally drawing a blank. So 19 was St. Martin, 20 was Morton.
Heavy shot.
Oh my gosh.
Bailey Roop.
Oh geez, how can I forget that?
Bailey Roop. And then Tallahassee was 2023.
The next year, they're the same grade too.
And then 2024
was Josie Kelsenberg.
Correct.
So I went 5 for 6. And the one I forgot was Bailey Roop.
Yeah, how do you forget that?
One of the nicest kids. That was the day we had Bailey Roop, Sammy Nelson, all on the same day.
Yeah.
We had Sam Lorilla, AJ Francisco. We had them all on the same day. It was just an awesome day.
There was a lot of talent walking through the door that day.
Yeah, and I remember what I remember most about the whole deal was Nolan Fitzhenry's grandpa went to Minneapolis Edison High School, and he played high school hockey against Wiz Wyatt, and they re-met that day at the event, which I thought was just one of the coolest things that I've ever
really
been
cool.
part of.
Minneapolis Edison.
So cool. There's all these little things, these cool moments when you hand out the awards. Like last year, Todd Kelsenberg and Sue Ring-Jarvi going over a power play.
Oh, my God.
You mean you can't make it up? I'm like, okay, it's time to go, but no, I'm not going to kick you guys out the door because watching Sue and Todd just kind of
If they
meshed
had a grease
very
board,
well.
I don't think
they
they
did.
would have left.
They were going over it, and
Oh my
Josie was just sitting there rolling her eyes like, Dad, let's go. I got the hardware and the jersey. Let's get out of here,
Is Minneapolis Edison the most forgotten Minneapolis high school?
Well, one that's currently in operation.
Yeah.
I would think Patrick Henry is, in my opinion.
Do people forget about Pat Henry?
Pat Henry.
It doesn't
or
exist
Edison.
anymore.
Edison exists.
No, Pat Henry doesn't exist.
Yes, it does.
Minneapolis Camden.
Stop
They
it.
changed the name of the school.
They did not.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They changed the name of the school. I think it was last year.
That's sad.
There's Southwest, South, Washburn,
Roosevelt.
North, Roosevelt, Edison, and there's 7 high schools, right? So
Camden.
Yeah, Pat Henry
Apparently
changed
it's
to Camden.
Camden.
Minneapolis Camden.
That is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Wow.
I'm turning red. I'm embarrassed.
All right.
I'm not sure who I'm embarrassed for either.
Well,
I'm just
nice work.
embarrassed.
You got everybody but one.
Yes.
Good
All
for
right.
you.
The final segment. This is the Roses and Thorns. If you need, it is coming up on Valentine's Day. Do you have a gift for your bride for Valentine's Day?
Peter and my gift to our partners is that we're going to be gone the whole night,
That is a great
covering
gift.
section finals.
I will be.
I will be with my wife on Valentine's Day.
Congrats.
I was going to say I'll be back at Gustavus, but they just changed the location of the game. I might need
Whoa,
Alexandria.
whoa! Where do they change it to?
Alexandria.
I need to change all the maps now.
The maps need to be changed.
Sorry, bro.
Yes, they changed it.
They did.
That's change on the map. That's about an hour or two north, isn't it?
Yeah, I might be hitting up Sharon for that corporate card for a hotel room on. Actually, I can't do that because Laura is going to Fargo. Damn it.
Yeah, bad luck for you.
Oh man, we're going up and back. Maybe my mom will come stay with us. My original Valentine.
One way or the other, we'll get there. All right, so this is brought to you by, last segment's brought to you by Red Balloon.
Yep.
If you need an in-office first prescription, fantastic. If you need stitches, fantastic. If you need after hours, like 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., what a fantastic place. If you need it conveniently located, you'd go to Red Balloon because it's in Edina, right across the street from Southdale, right down the street from Southdale. So check out Red Balloon at redballoon.com.
Red Balloon. The
Pediatric
boys' high
urgent
school
care.
section seatings are coming through right now.
I've heard Section 8 has already come out. I don't.
We've got 8AA, we've got 7A, we've got 8A.
7A. Well, let's read that one now. That'll be
7A
1, 2,
has
and
come
3
out.
is like a coin flip. Who's gonna win that one? Who gets that one?
Cloquet is the
got
top
1?
seed. Hermantown is the 2 seed.
Hibbing got the
Hibbing's
3.
the 3. Proctor's the 4.
Yeah. Not surprised. All right, let's do our roses and thorns. As I said, I already gave out my thorn. I couldn't resist back in our ref segment. Do you have a thorn? And we'll finish on a rose.
I don't really have a thorn. I really don't. It's my favorite time of year. It's section playoff time. The games really start to matter here.
Yeah.
And my rose, the section reps for the State High School League, everybody's been super receptive and helpful and not mean via email, which is the cruelest way to be mean to somebody.
And out of the 16 that you sent, did we get a confirmation from all 16? Or
No.
those are the ones that weirded me. Like, yeah, we're coming, and then
Hey,
no
man.
confirmation. You show up like, we're not on the list. You ain't getting in.
Hey,
I'm like, okay.
I told everybody that somebody from YHH is going to be at your section final and select semifinals.
Yes.
So you have all been warned
Yeah, well, good.
that somebody will be
Hopefully we don't get denied. Now, girls hockey is pretty hard to get denied, but boys, man, there's a couple of those section reps who are on the lookout for media types like you and I.
there. Yeah.
All right, do you have your rose? Because I got a really good one.
Yeah, my rose was the section reps, and then
That's right.
I
Sorry.
got to see the same crew at Gustavus that I did last year. And there's a kid from Orono High School. His first name is Jacob, and he has a mullet and a mustache, and he is going to make a wonderful athletic director someday.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, my rose, I didn't see all of them, but you had the Player of the Year finalists in.
Yep.
And I've had spent a lot of time with these kids, whether it be golfing with Mason Jensen or coaching a couple of these kids or having some of these girls involved in Team Minnesota, whatever it might be. I feel like I've made a pretty good connection with a lot of these kids from their early Squirt days all the way up to their senior year in high school, except Mason West, who's a junior. And I'm sitting back, I'm watching you do these interviews. And by the way, I've said this to you via text. You did an amazing job, Peter, on those interviews. You just make them feel really comfortable. The questions are fun and funny, and then you get to know them. And I feel like after the end of the interview, you're like, I know who, Sophie Stramel is a little bit better. I know who Mason Jensen is a little bit better. And when you got to the point where you asked Mason Jensen about his high school career coming to an end with his two buddies, Nolan and Parker, his answer was beyond adult-like. He said, This is incredible. We've been together since the same team since kindergarten, blah, 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 blah. And we look at this, he goes, I'm kind of sad. And that's not a response you can get without asking a really good question. And the question was good. His response was even better. And what my takeaway is, my rose is this. Like, it's fun to watch these kids just grow up. And when you sit down with them in their senior year, like Jackson Nevers, my goodness, that kid was so polished by the end. He had been in a lot of interviews with us. He felt comfortable with you and I. That is when it's fun. When we really hit your pinnacle for us as youth broadcasters is when they're in their senior year and they're accepting an award or they're part of the award process, and to see them how they've gone from a 5th grader to a 12th grader and have matured, it makes me kind of feel good inside.
It's an emotional time of year. Some of these kids will graduate. I think we have all seniors across both boys and girls, except
Mason
for
West.
Mason West. And that article is published, by the way.
It is.
It is on youthhockeyhub.com. It is. It's a lot of fun to watch these kids grow up. Obviously, we're not a part of their daily lives, but I remember John Hirschfeld playing for the St. Cloud group and the Bubble Boys, Mason Jensen and Parker DeShane, and it's makes me feel really old, but it also makes me feel incredibly grateful for this ecosystem and being a very small part of this hockey experience for these players. I
agree. It's a lot of fun. So there is my rose, and my rose goes out to all of our Player of the Year finalists, and what a wonderful job they did in the interview process. Thanks to you guys for a great show. We got to get on the road. Thanks to our sponsors, APX Hockey, Breakaway Academy, General Sports, and Red Balloon. We'll see you guys around the rink.
You need to stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat. You need to stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat. Cause it get cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Need to stay up out